Welcome to Good God Morning. I'm Apostle Anthony, and I'm with Scarlet Ponder today. We're are excited about what God is doing. Scarlet's been carrying the show for the last few days. She's been doing a good job with teaching on Leah. But we're getting ready to go into some exciting new teaching in regards to the book of Psalms. God's going to take us through the Psalms. He's going to speak to us through the Psalms. He's going to cause our relationship in Him to grow through the Psalms. And today we're going to be starting in Psalms 1. Most of the Psalms was written by King David as he spent time with God, time personally with God. Adam walked in the cool of the day with God in the garden and spent personal time with God. That's what devotion's all about. And the Psalms oozes with that kind of counsel and that kind of teaching. We're going to start in Psalms 1, and it says, "The way of the righteous and the end of the ungodly." So we find out that there's two choices that we can make in life. We can either follow the way of the righteous, or we can end up in the way of the ungodly and have the same results as the ungodly are going to have. So in Psalms it says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the seat of sinners, nor stand in the way of sinners." And you know, God is saying in our word is that we need to be empowered and we need to be blessed. If you want to be blessed, you can't be around things that are not blessed and not of God. So God is taking us in the direction of Him, not in the direction of something where He does not have anything to do with it. The ungodly are people that have no element of God whatsoever.
Yeah, also what comes to mind here is it says, don't listen to the counsel of the ungodly, don't stand in the path of sinners, don't sit in the seat of the mockers. All of this talks about what you listen to, what you do, and what you say. And we want everything in our life, what we listen to, what we do, and what we say. We can either choose that to fill ourselves with the things of the world and walk the way the world does and say the things the world says, or the alternative is in verse 2. It says, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night." And when it talks about meditation, it's a deep soaking in. It's
Yes.
something that saturates everything you are. It's really, God desires for us to really fill ourselves with Him and listen to His counsel and do what walk where He's walking and say what He's saying.
Yes. And He says meditate day and night. What does that really mean, to meditate day and night?
Meditate is like continually thinking on something. So for instance, when you're worrying, worrying is actually a good example of being in the counsel of the ungodly, because when you're worrying, you're thinking about, oh, so and so said this might happen, or what if I can't do this, or what if this happens, or what if we don't have enough, so on and so forth. That has nothing to do with what God speaks to us. It has everything to do with us being worried and not trusting, and so that's an example of meditation on the things of the world.
Yes.
And so meditation on the things, the opposite of that is meditation on the things of God, on His Word. And if you think about it too, it's kind of like if you're in love with someone, it's not hard to think about them all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they'll continually be on your mind. You're thinking, they'll say one little thing to you, and you'll look at every possible nuance of what they said.
Now that's love.
And yeah.
Hallelujah.
And so if you think about
Amen.
that, you don't want your study of God's Word to be meticulous. I mean, you can get a lot out of study, don't get me wrong, but you're not looking for it to be a meticulous, like, check, I studied this and this and this and learned the Greek and Hebrew for this. It's more like God's words, this Psalms 1 said, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of ungodly." God, what does that mean? And thinking on it, and like, maybe it has to do with this or this, and a really deep soaking.
So listen, meditate day and night on God's Word. Meditate day and night on your relationship with Him. And you can't miss. Day and night means all the time, folks. We want you to have a good God morning, and a good God day. We'll see you on tomorrow morning. I'm Apostle Anthony.
And I'm Scarlet Ponder. See you tomorrow.